Hi everybody, and welcome back to our second video on our syllabus for Accounting 205 Intermediate Accounting. And when we left off, we were looking at our regular points. Just a quick review, our regular points total 480, but there's several opportunities for extra credit points. You will note in this point allocation everything is based on 480 points. So your true percentage is going to be your regular points plus any optional points that you earn divided by your regular points, either to date or through the course. And we have our typical A, which is 90% or greater, which I hope you'll all get, and 80%, 70%, 60% for B's, C's, and D's, respectively. In this course for our assignments, we're going to cover chapters 1 through 12, but you'll notice that there were 13 chapters indicated up in the assignment, up in the points. That's because there is a chapter 0. That's not a typo. That's chapter 0, which is a little bit of a review. And I have some other review materials as well, so you can get up to speed if you feel a little bit rusty. We will talk about these assignments, which are outlined very specifically in the summer 2025 Intermediate Accounting 205 course assignments by due date on page 14 and 15. But every now and then, very rarely, I might add, we might have some assignment changes. There might be a fire. There was a couple of years ago, which caused me to have to do that. But normally, I will publish that in announcements if that's the case. And if you come to my extra credit tutoring sessions on Saturday, we'll talk about it then. But I wouldn't expect that. So here's the chapters we're covered. You'll notice chapter 0 here is a review of our basic financial accounting course. And I have some other materials, as I mentioned, for that. And then what we're going to do with the remaining 12 chapters. So here, don't hesitate to contact me either by email or telephone call with any inquiries that you might make during the term of this course. I'm here to help you guys. I'm here to facilitate this course and make it as easy as possible for you to pick up this important information you're going to be learning in this course. So hopefully you'll take advantage of me in that process, and away we'll go. Okay, so our homework and our adaptive learning, this is extra credit. So you get 10 points for 100% progress, and it shows you what you would get for less than 10%. But again, this is real helpful, I think, for you. Our homework, the exercise policies, I think I'm being very generous. I give you 5 attempts per each question that are allowed. Very flexible. My goal here is to give you every opportunity to fully learn the intended objective of each homework question. Hopefully you will take advantage of that. So all your points, just like with Connect, done in Wiley Plus, will automatically transfer to the Canvas gradebook on the due date or time, but I would make sure that you submit them as you complete them. Submissions after the due date will not be allowed. So be sure you stay up to speed, especially in this course. This course moves at lightning speed, so I'm hopeful that you will stay on top of it. Okay, those are the big things. You're welcome to read this in a little more depth after you get into the course. It'll be there for you. And away we go. So exam policies, homework, the only real difference between the problems and the exercises is you have unlimited attempts on problems. They tend to be a little difficult. So but I want you to learn the information. All right, so here's our exam policies. They're pretty much as you would expect. You get one attempt on exams. Okay, now, be sure you pay attention to this. Theoretically, it's not necessary to press the submit button since the homework scores are automatically recorded. However, I would hit the submit button when you're finished. Don't hit it before, right? Don't hit it until you're ready for that assignment to count for real. Okay. And then for the final exams, I don't have the option of making that up or an opportunity to take that at a later date than scheduled. So if there's any scheduling issues, you need to communicate that with me um, well before, if possible, the exam dates. Okay, I'll let you read this other information on your own, um, and away we go. I talked about study groups, they're totally optional, special needs and statement of diversity here. Um, if you have a documented uh, uh, disability, please don't hesitate to use the services at the DSPS office, Disabled Students Programs and Services. They're there to help you just as I am. I have a little PSTD from my military service. I was a naval officer, as you may already know. So there's no stigma at all in my mind for those accommodations. So if that applies to you, please don't hesitate to use that service. Um, um, in our statement of diversity, I'm really a big proponent of the wealth of diversity brought to each individual that they bring to the class. So I want to make sure that we create a positive, supportive environment that welcomes diversity of opinions and ideas from all of you. And away we go. I'll let you read the rest of that on your own. Here's some important dates that you may want to know. Oh, and use of electronic listening or recording devices. I want to emphasize that much of my classroom materials are my intellectual property. And of course, even though I'm going to frequently elect to share that with you, but it is mine. Now, I want you to know that. Okay, so here's the term, support and dates. And as I recap the syllabus a little bit, feel free to bookmark places and even make a copy of the last couple of pages. I'll show you that in a second in this course. That's going to be very helpful. I've made a copy of it for me, so I hope you will too. Again, I reserve the right to change, modify, increase, or decrease assignments at any point in time. Probably won't occur, but I do reserve that right. And further, I reserve the right to increase, not decrease, but increase a student's grade if I feel the total points earned are not representative of the total learning that that student has achieved during our course together. And I will let you read the rest of that. But I do want to stress again, doing this work from day one is going to be critical to doing well in the class. There is a lot of work in the class, and I don't think you would want it any other way. You want to learn this material, and I'm here to help you do that in the easiest way. But you got to do your part. Okay, this is probably the most important part of the syllabus. Certainly, I think it is. I make a copy of this that I have, hard copy that I keep, and it tells you when everything is due. And you can use this a little bit for time management too, just to know when things are due. It's laid out by day. So you can see what's due relatively soon is going to be the syllabus quiz and the icebreaker. That's due on Tuesday. That's the day after the course starts in Canvas, and I'll show you that in a minute. but you can see that here. There's no chapter 1 problems, but again, you feel free to review chapter 0. You can even do that before the course starts. Okay, and then Thursday, June 19th, that's the Juneteenth holiday, so we won't be doing anything that day. But on Friday, your extra credit CPA problems are due, and then on Saturday, the extra credit adaptive learning assignments are due. And of course, my extra credit tutoring is available from 9 to 10 o'clock on Saturday. And then Sunday, the exercises, problems, and IFR exercises are due for chapter 2. Now, you can choose to do any of these assignments well in advance if you want to, so that you can manage your time on your own schedule a little bit. But here, I think you can see how that all works. Our first exam, for example, is going to open on June 26th, and then on June 29th, it will be due at the end of the day on June 26th. I'm sorry, it's going to open on June 26th at 12 o'clock a.m. It will close on Sunday, June 29th. So you will have had a chance to take it during those 3 days. Okay. I guess it's 4 days. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right. So we stroke through the course, as I think you see here, all the way down. We have 4 exams, as I mentioned earlier, and then away we go. And so this is in one spot, a listing of all the points. Here's the 130 points that are available for adaptive learning. Really good stuff here. Extra credit CPA, and of course a maximum of 21 points for extra credit tutoring. So you can see, you can really increase your probability of getting an A in the class by doing a lot of these extra credit assignments. But most of those assignments are going to be due by 11:59 p.m. unless it's otherwise indicated on this schedule and in the modules. So when we return, and lastly, if you want to know a little bit about me, here it is. I think you're going to find that I have done just about everything I am teaching you guys how to do. So I like to have a little fun while we learn, and certainly during our tutoring sessions, we'll do just that. But I'm here again to facilitate that learning experience. I want you to succeed in learning the materials and, of course, have successful careers after the course is over. So I'm very much looking forward to meeting everyone and sharing our semester together, and for that matter, next semester together. And lastly, the next video in this series, I'm going to go through the course in an overview way. So again, please read the syllabus in depth, and I think that will serve you well going forward and hit the ground running first day. All right. Until our next video, bye for now.